Hi, welcome to Audit Preparation Training. This is part 3 of the evidence collection process. So at this point, what we've done, we've bulk uploaded or we've added all of our evidence records. We've set the evidence period that we're going to be collecting the documentation for. We've set the launch date for the current audit. And we've also set the control frequency for future audits. And now what we're going to do is you can see here that I'm in the list view for evidence, and I've actually added from our columns option, I've added the current DR status. Now what that means is going to show me whether the evidence has been submitted for approval or whether it's still open, or it will also show expired as well. So you'll know exactly what's going on with your audit with all of your evidence just by adding that column current DR status here. And then you can see now I've got a couple that have been submitted for approval. So I'm going to unclick those. I'm going to go into one of these. So let's just look at the change management tickets. And now I can see that in the document request section, I've got the document that's submitted for approval here on top. So I'm just going to click into that. And now what I can do is I can download this and check that the evidence is correct. And now if there's nothing else, if there's nothing wrong with this, you're done, you're fine. However, let's say you can approve this as a reviewer. You can just simply click approve, add any comments you want to, and click save. However, if this document is incorrect, what you want to do is just reject this evidence. So now I'm going to click reject, and I'm going to be like, I also need these documents. And add those here. And then what we're going to do is when we just click save, what that will do, if I do that, is now you see what it's actually happened is if I go back to my evidence record, you can see, and I add my current DR status again. I can see now that this evidence request has been reopened. What's happened then is that sent a notification back to the evidence owner that additional evidence is required. They'll see that comment and they'll be able to come into the document request, upload the additional evidence, and then send that back to you. And again, it will show as submitted for approval when it's ready. So you can go through that process many times. The other option that you do have as well, if you don't want to reopen the evidence, is you can actually use the comments section here. So if you want to just write to them and say, hey, John, I need something more from you, you can do it this way too. So I could just do @ Make sure you @ the person. You want to make sure that this will trigger the notification directly to them. Otherwise, they won't see the comment. So they have to be a user in our system, obviously, but they already are. So in this case, the evidence owner was Lily. I can say I need these documents. And again, you can see Lily, when I submit this, Lily will be able to respond and note that she can attach files here. And as long as she @ you, you'll get that notification, or you can just monitor this. Now, this is not the best way to do it. We really do encourage you to use the evidence reject because that actually continues the automation process. But this is another option for you, just as a way to communicate in general with the evidence owner. Okay. So that concludes the training for today. And now we're going to go on to show you how to add your standards and build out your internal controls and map everything together so you've got a full audit representation in the platform. Thank you very much.